Hey guys, Michelle here from Protosia Digital Solutions. Today's video we're going to run through the settings of the app and what we can change. So when we log into the site as standard, we'll come to our dashboard view. This is on the website, by the way. We have our navigation menu on the left hand side. So we've got two options here. We can open it up to see what the words say, or we can use the icons. So we can see the bottom one says settings, so we're going to go in there. Now in here we have a whole raft of different options, and we'll just run through these really quickly. So we've got schedule, breaks, email, quotes, invoice, preferences, and suppliers, which seems like quite a lot, but we wanted to make this as tailorable as possible without hopefully being overwhelming. So the first page, you should see a whole bunch of stuff is already pre-populated. This was based on the wizard from when you first do the initial setup. So we have our working hours, so the start of our day, the finish time. Under padding, we've got the time before and after appointment. So we've got this currently set to 10 minutes. So that just gives me a little bit of time to put stuff back in the van or get stuff out, organize my thoughts before the next meeting or appointment. And then in here, we've got the default travel time. So what we're setting up here is how long do I want to give myself to get between appointments? So I've just set that to 30 minutes, which for my radius should cover me 90% of the time. In the future, we'll hopefully add in the ability to use Google Maps and get an accurate time for that. Next section we've got is on schedule and days. So within here, we've got our working days and our quote days. So working days, typically we think of what days am I doing jobs on, and quote appointments. If I have a separate day where I want to do a quote, then I can set that to a different day completely. I might want to keep Fridays free, a little bit easier, just run around doing quotes and do Monday to Thursday doing appointments. And then next up, we have our quote appointment. So how long do I typically spend on a quote? This may vary, and you do get the option when setting up the quote appointment if you know it's going to be a bigger one. But I've set this as a default for me for 30 minutes. And then click on save, and that will stay there. Next up, breaks. So what time do I want to take lunch? Typically that's between 12 and 1. Again, this will have been in the wizard. And both of these really help the scheduler to find those appointments within your calendar if you're using the auto function. Next up, our email templates. So what we've done is save you having to write out all your emails every time. We've done a bit of a wizard. And within here, we can see I've got a long list of them. And the ones with the green tick with the white background, they're the ones that I've got a template set up. Those that are in the darker green, I haven't as of yet. I can expand these out so I can see what it is. I can see the title is confirmation of my availability today, how I'm starting the email, how I'm finishing it, and then the blurb in the middle. Now, don't worry, you don't have to write all of these out manually yourself. You can do if you prefer to keep your tone. Otherwise, you can choose from our templates. And within here, we have various different tones of the email. So I'm going to pick friendly within here. And we'll see then that this list is showing me ones that are tagged with the term friendly. I can pick one of those and it will pre-populate. And then I can press save. And that will save it. Within this as well, kind of you have the restore. So if you make some changes but you're not sure about them and you want to undo them before you press save, if you click on restore, it'll put everything back. Quotes is our next bit. So this is where we start putting together details for our quotes. So we have how long is our quote valid for. So in this case, I've set it for 30 days. I may want to put some text with that saying all quotes are estimates and may change due to material changes. I've got a default margin, so how much do I want to mark up my materials? So I've set myself here as 10%. And then for hourly, for calculations on how much your hourly rate is, etc. So the labour costs, I've set myself as a default rate as £150 or £600 for a day. And again, this is all helping you automate some of that quoting. We can again save and restore. Invoice is a little bit simpler. It's purely invoice terms. How long has someone got to pay my invoice? 30 days in this case. And do I want to put any terms and conditions with that? So it's due to be paid within 30 days. Next up, preferences. So here we can control some more of the app and our invoices and our quotes. First, how the app or the website behaves. So which screens do I want to be able to see? It might be a case that you don't want to take all of our modules, so you might not want to use quotes and invoices because you're using an accounting software and you prefer the way that works. we can just click these little sliders, and what we will find is I've taken off invoices and quotes, press save. We'll notice now my settings have reduced. If I come up to my dashboard, invoices have disappeared, there's anything to do with quotes, and so is my navigation menu. And I can put those back really simply. I haven't lost the ability to use them in the future. And we'll see they reappear. Time format, what's my preference? Do I prefer an AM PM clock? Do I prefer a 24-hour clock? And again, this will control other stuff through the app. Appointment colors, so this is really around controlling what your calendar and your invoicing looks like. So I have in my diary different colors for a quote appointment, a job appointment, holiday, admin time that I may want to set aside for other admin, and then also I can tell the program what color I would like my invoicing to be, so my header bars, etc. For me, it's green. That's my colors. You might be yellow, blue, etc. So you can change that to your color, and we can do that just by clicking on the pick. So I can click here and I can find it, or I can, if I've got a hex key, I can put that in and then press save, and it will change it. Final piece within this one then is the default calendar view. So when I go into my calendar, do I prefer to see it in a month view, week view, day view, or just the agenda? You can still see and navigate between those different views, as we'll cover in the calendar video, but this will be the default opening every time you open the app. And then the final one is suppliers. So part of our features for getting prices for quotes from our suppliers, we need some of their details and your details for this as well. So we can see I've got one set up here, but to create a new one, I go to create new. What's the name? Tops, we're going to pick on them, Tops Tiles, email address, Tops Tiles at Tops. If they have a phone number, contact. And if I have an account with them, I can put the account number in here, add supplier. And then when I'm building a quote and I need to get prices from these, I can use them in the drop down and it will send them an email requesting a price. That's covering the settings section of this video. There'll be more videos to come looking at other ways that you can use the app, etc. Hopefully you found it useful. If you have, keep an eye out for our other videos. Thanks very much.